I want to thank our media sponsor from Photonics Media, and together with SPIE, it's a pleasure to welcome you to the Prism Awards for Photonics Innovation. So that's really one of the big reasons we do this, to get people together and celebrate and recognize innovation and recognize new product development. So let's get to the awards part of the evening. Okay, we'll begin by recognizing in the category of optics and optical components. Starting her career in Germany, our first presenter studied and worked her way through many of the optics capitals of the world. At Jenoptik in Jena, she worked on some of the first commercially available thin disk lasers, then moved to the Optical Sciences Center in Arizona, in Tucson, where she developed waveguide technologies and worked on remote sensing programs for NASA. She used some pretty exotic thermoluminescence to date museum artifacts and geological specimens, and then later some optical techniques to try and identify fraudulent products, counterfeit documents, currency, and credit cards using optical techniques. Adding to her master's degree in engineering physics from the University of Applied Sciences in Heilbronn, Germany, and then back to the United States, she earned her MBA from the University of Minnesota, kind of caught the wave at telecom at 3M, working on specialty fibers and fibers for telecom. She now works with a team formerly known as ASE Optics, which was acquired by Rochester Precision Optics some time ago. And earlier this month, RPO retired the ASE brand and named her Director of Business, Global Business Development for Rochester Precision Optics, where, among other things, her team supplies optics for biometric airport security systems. Another note, inspired by a collaboration between SPIE and MentorNet nearly 20 years ago, Ms. Clemens is an advocate for STEM education, especially encouraging young women to consider careers in science and engineering, future entrepreneurs and innovators. Presenting the Prism Award for Optics and Optical Components, please welcome Rosalie Clemens.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to San Francisco. I'm very pleased to present the first Prism Award of the night, Optics and Optical Components. What I love about this category is that it represents optics at its core, at its purest form, because it all goes back to what is the basis and the bedrock of every other award that we see tonight. So imaging systems, they could not function without good lenses. Our modern telecom technology would look very, very different if we did not have optical fibers. And lasers advance every day further because we understand the optical characteristics of materials better and better every day. So finalists and winners of all those other categories tonight, please make sure to thank the enablers in this very category. Technological process happens because of people who are driven to pursue an insatiable curiosity about how the world works, who appreciate the fundamentals, and who are willing to work hard to continually advance those fundamentals. The finalists in this first category are very fine examples of that kind of leadership. They have found unique ways to innovate at the heart of optics, regardless of whether the basic technology already enjoys a celebrated 120-year history, as in the case of liquid crystals, or whether they are working on a relatively young technology like microstructured optical fibers or photonic crystal fibers. All of the finalists have developed new ways to manipulate light in fundamental ways. And their innovations will impact future products and systems in defense, in biomedical, in telecommunications. We congratulate all of you, all of the finalists, for their outstanding work. So now let's take a look at the finalists at Optics and Optical Components.
Boulder Nonlinear Systems presents liquid crystal polarization grating with less size, weight, and power.
Glow Photonics hollow fiber is a photonic crystal fiber with novel light confinement characteristics via inhibited coupling and record-high laser damage threshold.
Oz Optics directional fiber optic power monitors provide a way to easily measure the signal intensity through an optical fiber in a simple miniature package.
And now to the first winners of the evening. The 2016 Prism Award in the category Optics and Optical Component goes to, what does it say? Oh, right here, Boulder Nonlinear Systems. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. Here we have approximately 16% of Boulder Nonlinear Systems BNS. Chris Hoy and Doug McKnight are representing the company tonight. We're a small company, and so almost everyone has had a hand in building these beam steering devices. And we're very excited by these devices. They steer light with great fidelity. And in some respects, they're a little bit like switchable prisms. And indeed, it occurs to me that it's ironic we're winning a Prism Award when we're making prisms obsolete. And so perhaps next year, this should be called the BNS Award, maybe? Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you.
All the ideas, all the creativity, all the innovation that's here, it is really spectacular. Now, ideas are one thing, and they disappear after a while. What we see here tonight is the turning of ideas into reality, the turning ideas into product, which I'm sure many of the winners, all of the contestants, realize is a long, sometimes lonely and difficult path. We've heard many examples of that from presenters here. So I'd really like to congratulate on behalf of SPIE all the people who submitted to this, the whole 120. I hope to see their products make them rich. And I hope that the creativity continues in this industry. We are expanding the frontiers of photonics. This is indeed the century of photonics.
Thank you for coming, and on behalf of Photonics Media and SPIE, I hope your next products meet with great commercial success.